Hey everybody, we're continuing our adventures going through the coronavirus NHK Easy news articles paragraph by paragraph. And again, we're still on this watch these in order unless you really feel comfortable in your translations and you're just wanting to double check. Because I'm going to assume that everything I've said up until now in this series you already know. Like the word clause. If you don't know what a word clause is, you need to go check out the fancy language words. I told you in the last video to know what that is. We are still on the 121 article, January 21st article about the number of people getting sick with a new disease out of China. Again, this is a month old. I am now reading this on February 16th. And hopefully you'll be well informed about the SARS virus for when it starts coming to your neighborhood. Unfortunately, it probably will. All right. So the last sentence was that people were getting sick with SARS because the government in China was lying to them. And now it says, このため 中国の習近平国家主席 I'll be honest, that is a hell of a thing to have to deal with は今度の肺の病気について情報をすぐに発表しなさいと言いました What a lying sack of crap 中国の政府は最初心配しすぎる人が増えないようにあまり情報が出ないようにしていました Alright, so that is a lot of stuff. That's what we're going to be doing in this one. If you already know it, then I guess just skip ahead. But hopefully you don't know it and you're going to get something out of this. All right. Kono tame. This is for that reason. In the last video, we saw tame meant because of that. So this is kono. Kono means this. So tame is reason. This reason. 中国の習近平国家主席. I'll have to double check what 国家主席 translates exactly into in English because I don't know, it's probably like chairman or something like that. は今度の肺の病気について情報をすぐに発表しなさいと言いました. Alright, so here's the grammar. 言いました. He said. Somebody said that. The subject is getting a wa particle because this is one, it's new information. Two, the focus is on what comes after it. And three, it's not a mini clause. This is actually this is the most important clause in this sentence, so that's why it's getting the wa particle. Most important clause of the sentence. The information that's important comes after it. And it's new information coming out of just kind of BFE. If you don't know what BFE is, I don't know if BF Egypt. I'll give you that hint. Alright, so for this reason, this dude, I looked up the dude's name just to make sure... I wanted to make sure I got the right name in English when I looked it up. And so, what's his name in English? The Winnie the Pooh? This guy apparently is the guy running their communist dictator hellhole in China. So Winnie the Pooh told people... now I gotta double check what that what is it? Probably dictator maniac is how we're gonna... Kokka Shuseki. So really quickly, Koku this is Kuni. Ka is like house, so the house country. Shuseki, like chief seat, the chief seat of the country cabinet, something like that. People's Republic of China president. There you go, head of state. Kokka Shuseki, they're calling head of state, specifically the People's Republic of China president. So Chairman D-Bag, Chairman Winnie the Pooh. Oops, that's not the right article. So Chairman Winnie the Pooh, Shu Kinpei, apparently in Japanese his name is Shu Kinpei. I don't care enough to know what this guy's name is in English because he's a sinister maniac. Okay, so iimashita, he said something. Iimashita, that Winnie the Pooh guy said something. What did he say? We have the to particles telling us when the quote is over. Notice these brackets. These brackets are letting us know that this is definitely a direct quote, as close to a direct quote as you can get after translation. I mean, he didn't actually speak Japanese, but this is basically what his word-for-word translation is into Japanese. 情報をすぐに発表しなさい. Alright, suru, shinasai. This nasai ending of a verb, tabe nasai, nomi nasai. The pattern is stem of a verb. The stem, I have videos on this if you want to learn more about this, but if you have the mas form of the verb and you get rid of the mas, we have a stem. So nomi mas, get rid of mas, we have nomi, and then if you add nasai, you get an order, a demand, like an order, like you must do something, do it is how it's going to translate to shinasai. So Shinasai is being linked to Happyo. Happyo shinasai. So present, Happyo suru, present, a presentation, announce, let everyone know. Happyo is to release information, I guess, present information. So you must release information. You must release information. Suguni. Sugu is right away. The ni is being used because it is an adverb. So suguni happyo shinasai. You must release the information right away. Suguni. And then I gave it away. Joho. Joho is information. We already know that word. Again, there'll be a Quizlet deck that I'm going to make after all this so that you can learn yourself some coronavirus disease-related information. Joho o suguri happyo shidasai to imashita. Winnie the Pooh, the head of China, told everyone, you must release the information right away. Nitsuite? So that's what he said. For this reason, China's Winnie the Pooh, head of the government guy, said, release the information. Okay, then we have some information that's modifying a little bit why he's saying this. So the information is Winnie the Pooh said release the information right away. Okay, so noun nitsuite. Nitsuite is it's a grammar point. It means about something. So byoki nitsuite, about the disease. So he said about the disease. Kondo, this time. Kon means this, like right now. Do is like this time. No hai no byoki. About this lung disease. Nitsuite. So about this time's lung disease. So about this time's lung disease. Joho o sugu ni happyo shinasai to iimashita. He said, release the information right away about this new disease, said Winnie the Pooh. And the reason why he did it is konotame, because of the SARS horrible thing that happened. Okay, that's this first sentence. That's his first sentence. Hopefully that wasn't too difficult to deal with. And if it was, I hope you learned enough about how this works. I can't stress enough how much Chinese government is evil. All right, let's keep on trucking. 中国の政府は最初、心配しすぎる人が増えないようにあまり情報が出ないようにしてました。Yeah, this is true. All right. This is what happens when you live under a totalitarian dictatorship. You cannot let any information that makes your boss look bad release to the public or any outside thing because they will murder you and your family. So what they initially did is what this sentence is right here. They initially hid it. We're going to talk about what the sentence means, but they initially hid it. And I think Winnie the Pooh knew his bones were cooked, so he said, just release the information. And even then, I am more than certain that he did not release enough information. And also, the reason why he actually did this, if I'm not mistaken, is because a doctor, there's numerous social media videos that leaked saying that what the government was saying was a lie, and so he had no choice but to do this. So once again, the people are taking power away from the dictators. This is glorious to witness. Strike one for social media. Anyway, let's go back to the translation. Sorry for my political commentary. 中国の政府は, so the Chinese government, we've seen this before. Notice, again, we're using a wa because it's the chief subject of the sentence, the dependent clause. The important information is coming out after it, and this is kind of new information. We haven't really mentioned the Chinese government before in this paragraph. Okay, so the Chinese government, and then the ending sentence is amari jouhou ga denai you ni shite imashita. We're going to see a lot of this. Okay, so yo ni shite imashita. They were doing something. So notice shite imashita. They were doing. Okay, so notice we have a negative verb, which you can argue is like an e adjective because it's a negative verb. Yo ni. So when we have yo ni suru, it can have a few different meanings, but in this situation, the most common translation is to behave in a way, to behave in a fashion. To act like, to do something like that. So act like, behave in a fashion, to behave in a manner. So they were behaving in a manner so as amari joho ga denai. Amari, not very much, especially with the negative verb. Denai, release. Joho ga denai. So not much information is released. Yoni shitemasu. They were behaving in a way so as not much information would release. Okay, does that make any sense? I hope that makes sense. Denai is an intransitive verb, so the subject is the thing that is being released. So joho ga denai. Denai can also mean appear or to attend like a conference or to be at a meeting, something like that. But here it means release. So amari, not very much. Joho, not very much information. Ga denai, not a lot of information will be released. Yoni shitemasu. They behaved in a fashion so as not a lot of information would be released. The Chinese government, okay, so we have saisho. 中国の政府は最初 in the beginning あまり情報が出ないようにしてました. They were behaving in a way so that not a lot of information would be released at first, 最初. And then the reason is, okay, this is another yoni. Notice that we have yoni here, and then we have a yoni here. Now notice this is yoni suru, yoni suru, so to behave in a fashion of. And this is very similar. I think this yoni is kind of tagging on to the next suru. They just didn't want to have another suru, okay? So shinpai sugiru, to worry too much, okay? So we have another stem. Stem, once again, I've mentioned this before. You take off the mas and you have a stem plus sugiru. So the stem here is shimasu stem, suru shimas. There we go, shimas. Sugiru, shisugiru is to do something too much. You're doing too much of something. Tabe sugiru, eat too much. Nomi sugiru, drink too much. Hanashi sugiru, talk too much. Hage, you're being too bald. That's not a thing. I'm just joking. That was an English joke. Shinpai shi sugiru, to worry. Shinpai suru is to worry. Shinpai suru, shinpai shi sugiru hito. People, and then once again we have a verb modifying people, so people who worry too much. Shinpai shisugiru hito ga fuenai. So we've seen hito ga fueru so many times at this point that I'm not going to go over it. Fuenai is the negative, so the number of people don't increase. What kind of people? The number of people who are worrying too much don't increase. Yoni. So in a fashion, in a manner, so that the number of people who are worrying too much won't increase. Amari joho ga denai yoni shite imashita. They were behaving in a fashion so as to not let a lot of information release. What's the subject of the sentence? The subject is Chugoku no Seifu is the one doing all this. So, and when were they doing this? They were doing this saisho. The Chinese government, at first, maybe yoni would be in order to. In order so that the number of people who would worry too much would not increase. And then here we would add in English, they behaved in a fashion, they made it so that, I like that, they made it so that not a lot of information would release. Okay, and that is the translation of this paragraph. I hope helps you out. We'll be adding this over time. I'll be releasing these videos maybe one or maybe 3 or so times a week because editing takes a lot of work. Have yourselves a happy dappy day. Peace out. And let's sing Vampirina.
We can sing Booty Vampirina.
You want to sing Booty Vampirina? What's that song? We're living the scream.
Whoa, Vampirina. I can make zoo.
Maybe blue with pointy teeth.
Mommy blue is pointy teeth.